Hey y'all, part two of the Patterson family vacation. Oh, a bobtail cat. Anyway, I think I left off with my brother getting out of the pool at the hotel at on Peachtree Street, and we're leaving the lobby. Leaving through the lobby, and guys, they were really nice. They were telling us bye and everything. I think they were very cautious not to do anything in our presence because we were a family. So I appreciate that. But I think they were ready for us to go too, so they can get down to their business, whatever their business may have been. But anyway, so um, before we left, going through the lobby, I remember my mom making accommodations and finding, trying to find somewhere, and she kept going through. I think it's called an honors type situation. I'm not for sure what the name of that membership was that she had to get discounts at hotels, but I remember her reading out details about different hotels and stuff that were available, and I think she was trying to get somewhere more convenient for her so she wouldn't have to do a whole lot of driving. And so she started talking about this one place, and she said something about um, rooftop swimming pool. And my brother heard that. He was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what we need to go to, rooftop swimming pool. Let's do that. Let's do that. And so also I remember her saying about this particular place that it was a certain amount of floors, and I'm like, oh, this is a high rise. And like Benny, me hearing about the rooftop swimming pool, I had never even heard of a rooftop swimming pool, so I was kind of excited about that as well. So he was like, yeah, okay. So like I said, we gathered our things and we went through the lobby of the hotel, and everybody was really nice, and they spoke, and it's like, bye y'all, and all this kind of thing. And so we started on our way to this new accommodations. When we got there, the hotel was old. On the outside, it was old. And so that didn't really concern us as much when we drove up, because something can look one way on the outside and be something completely different on the inside. But baby, when we opened that door, let me tell y'all something. I wasn't even familiar with homelessness at that age, and it was transient folks, like maybe a handful of transient folks in the hotel. And the one thing I know, places like that was said in the description, you ain't supposed to have no transient people in there, right? So my mom was like, wait a minute, wait a minute. She's like, I don't know what this is. I've never seen this before. She said, but I got children. She said, and I've made reservations, so I don't want no problems with this place. And the man was at the desk, and he was like, oh, I assure you there's not going to be any problems, and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 and da, da, da. And so, okay, so, um, like I said, I'm going back to saying that, there were people in the hotel that uh, my mom was concerned about. So she was letting the guy at the front desk know, hey, I don't want no issues. I got kids, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so we got the keys after he assured her there would be no problems. And Benny saying, well, what about the rooftop swimming pool? And the desk clerk said, oh, you all's room is going to have a view of the rooftop swimming pool. So we like, oh, okay then, all right. So, in my mind, I'm being cool at this point. So, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, all right. So we get to on the elevator, and we get to whatever floor it was. Open our room, and it looks like Fred Sanford from Sanford and Sons living room. No joke, no exaggeration. It just looked like it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess for somebody to be paying to stay in. So we walk in, and we, with our luggage and everything. And the first thing my brother does is goes over to the window and flings open the curtains because he wants to see the rooftop swimming pool. So he looks, and then I go to the window to look. And there was, I don't know how many inches of water, murky, with a lounger and a plastic type lawn chair in the swimming pool. So wasn't nobody finna swim in said swimming pool. And at this point, me and him both looking, we moved away from the window. We knew not to say anything, because at that point we were frustrated, but we knew we didn't want to set our mama off. So at that point, we moved away from the window, and my mom went over to the window and looked. And she said, "Don't sit down on nothing. We finna go. Don't do nothing. Don't touch nothing. We finna go." So we got back on the elevator, went downstairs. Honey, my mom was not a cusser, even though I grew up to be a cusser. Well, I was a cusser as a kid, even though because I had a cussing grandmama and a cussing big mama. So, thank God for Jesus. I'm no longer one, but anyway. So my mama was, she was telling this man off. He may not have gotten cussed out, but he got blessed out. And we were standing there watching him get blessed out. I mean, from the top to the bottom, from the rooter to the tutor. I'm sure he felt every syllable of every word she said to him, and she meant every word. So we ended up getting back in the car, and so we're on the road again. So we ended up leaving there, going to somewhere that we were more familiar with, a kind of place that we were more familiar with, which it was our first time, kind of think of it, going to a Super 8. And the accommodations were what you expect. You got the ice machine, you got the clean room, and all of us didn't have to sleep in one bed. There were 2 beds. So, wasn't fancy, but we had a good night's sleep. We rested well, and I can't remember what we did the next day, but I know one thing. That was the end of foolishness when it came to our sleeping arrangements on the Patterson family trip. Y'all be blessed. Give God the glory in all that you do in His way and in His word. Love y'all. Bye-bye.